Moments fade, but stories live on. Discover the roots that shaped us, only on Indian Story Roots. There are warriors who fight for land, and then there are warriors who fight for honor. But once in 1,000 years, there's a man who chooses hunger over humiliation, pain over peace, and exile over compromise. This is the untold tale of Maharana Pratap, a king who never surrendered even when the world turned against him. He didn't die for his kingdom, he lived to protect its soul. It was the year 1576. The Mughal Empire ruled most of India. Akbar, the most powerful emperor of his time, wanted one thing: total control. And there was one thorn in his path: Mewar, ruled by a fiercely independent king, Maharana Pratap. Akbar sent letters, messengers, and even friendly offers. Join the Mughal Empire, he said, and rule peacefully. But Pratap refused. He said, "Tell your emperor, I bow to no throne but that of Mewar's dignity." And so began the march to war. On June 18, 1576, the valley of Haldighati turned into a battlefield. On one side, the vast Mughal army, tens of thousands of soldiers, war elephants, cannons, and Turkish archers. On the other side, just over 20,000 Rajput warriors, lightly armed but fiercely loyal. Pratap charged with his loyal horse Chetak. The battle raged like thunder. Swords clashed, arrows rained, and blood soaked the yellow soil of Haldighati. Chetak leaped high and struck the Mughal general's elephant with his hoofs. But the numbers were against them. Pratap's army began to fall. Many died, others retreated. Chetak, though badly wounded, carried Pratap out of the battlefield before collapsing from his injuries. That day, Pratap lost the battle, but he hadn't lost the war. After the battle, Pratap had no palace, no army, no wealth. He lived in the forests of Aravali. His wife cooked meals with wild berries and grass. One day, his son Amar Singh cried with hunger. His mother served a roti made of dried leaves and corn husk. Just then, a wild cat snatched the roti and ran. The child cried again. Pratap stood in silence. His heart broke, but his will remained strong. Ministers and nobles begged him to accept Akbar's offer. They said, "Even great kings have bowed before the Mughals. Why not you?" Pratap looked them in the eye and said, "It's better to die standing than to live kneeling. I will not let Mewa's pride fall at Delhi's feet." Even in exile, he trained young warriors, built alliances with tribal chiefs, and dreamed of freedom. His pain became his power. Years passed, but Pratap never stopped. Slowly, village by village, hill by hill, he began reclaiming his land. He built hidden forts in the hills of Chavand. He recruited farmers, herders, and blacksmiths into soldiers. His so Akbar tried sending more armies, but Pratap knew the terrain. He used guerrilla tactics, ambushes, and surprise attacks. He didn't just fight with swords, he fought with his mind. Pratap proved that courage, strategy, and love for one's land could shake even the greatest of empires. In his final years, Maharana Pratap ruled from the hills. He never returned to his original capital, Chittorgarh, but he built a new Mewar with honor. In 1597, he passed away, not in battle, but from a hunting injury. But his legacy? It didn't die. His son Amar Singh continued the fight, and eventually the Mughal court itself recognized Mewar's independence. Maharana Pratap became a symbol, not just of war, but of unbreakable spirit. Even today, Rajputs, historians, and patriots remember him not as a defeated king, but as the king who never accepted defeat. But do you know what was Akbar's greatest regret before his death? It wasn't losing battles. It was this one man he could never conquer. And that's a story we'll explore next. If this story moved you, imagine how many more like him history has hidden. Hit subscribe and let's bring every forgotten hero back to life.